everyone. We are live. So we are going to start in a few minutes, but just to give you some information before we start. So today we will have a live of Papo de Recruiter with Rodrigues Freitas. And so Carol is here as well from ThriveUp Career. So we are going to um, have a chat with him just to know how he started everything, how was his experience, how he got his first job. So it's going to be very, very exciting. So just a few minutes, we are joining on Instagram as well. So we are live
Yeah,
on Instagram already, Carol.
yeah, yeah, we are.
Okay, cool. So just to let you know, hi everyone. So today, my name is Marielle Machado. I'm from ThriveUp Career. And we have this live every Tuesday with different professional from a different area. So it's just the idea is just to have a chat and just to you all know how is like people's career like journeys and just to know how because we all have different experiences. So it's just to have some inspiration as well from different people. So we have here Rodrigues. Hi, Rodrigues.
Hello, Marielle. How are you?
Mm.
Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
good. Hi. So Carol is here as well. So we are partners from ThriveUp Career. So it's a career consultancy firm. So what we do, we help people to find their dream jobs in Europe or anywhere in the world. So we are two recruiters. So that's why we can, we have experience and we can give you a lot of help in terms of career guidance and mentoring and coaching as well. So what we do, as I mentioned, so we do we can make a really good CV to find your dream job. And we do career mentoring, we do interview prep, and we also we do your profile on LinkedIn as well. So it's very, very nice all the job that we have done. Right, Carol?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today, and special Rodrigues that is here to share uh, his experience. Before we start, Rodrigues, if you could tell us a bit about your experience, it will be amazing.
It's not an interview. Can you tell me about
Yeah.
yourself?
Oh, okay. Hi, Carol. Thanks for having me. Thanks, Mari, for having me. It's a pleasure. I am Rodrigues, as I was being introduced already. So I've been in Ireland for now almost 12 years. And then just going to tell a little bit about myself there. So when I arrived here, I had no English like so many of us, and then we have to, climb the stairs and then get where we want to get. So I was determined that I want to get a job, could be any job, but we had no CV, right? Then we had to, print off the CV, go and drop CV by CV, door to door, and try to get a job. Because back then, I don't think there was um, online that could apply online for the jobs that you
Ah,
want to.
Mm.
So yeah, I had a plan. So I had a plan to deliver 10 CVs a day, and then I had my little
Focus, very
bike.
focus.
Yeah, I had a little bike. I was like around Dublin, and then I was like, okay, do you know what? I'm just gonna try now 10 CVs a day, south side, north side. So I dropped, I'd say, over 300 CVs because I was like,
My
yeah,
God,
yeah. So
to
300
get your
CVs
first job.
to get the first job. But I did
Okay.
something wrong because back then I didn't have you guys to
Yeah.
guide me.
So you wouldn't
Yeah,
need 300 CVs.
yeah. So back then I again no English, no experience in English either. So what I did was I dropped the 300 CVs, and then one day I was like, oh, there's something wrong because I have no job, I have no calls or anything. Well, thank God I didn't get any call because I could not speak a word. And then I was like, okay, do you know what? I dropped the CVs, but there's something wrong there. Uh, Previously in Brazil, I was working in McDonald's for 10 years. Then I put on my CV here
Wow.
that I was the manager. And then I was
Oh,
looking for a job as a kitchen porter. I don't think he
okay.
actually
Yeah.
matches the job because it was like
Yeah.
whoever read my CV was like, okay, he's well, the manager in Brazil, and then now he's like looking for a job in a cafe. I don't think it matches, anyways. So what I did
He's
was I
right.
have to redo my CV again. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put on my CV what I actually previously done, as in,
Yeah.
as a kitchen
Hmm.
porter, kind of like try to fit in the role. Because I would say when you want something that you kind of like have to squeeze yourself a little bit to fit in the position. So that's what
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
did. So I kind of like took the ego, but a little bit down. It's like, okay, I'm not a manager here, so I'm just going to start from from below and then just like climb my way up. And
Yeah.
then yeah, then I got a first call, which was like afraid to answer. I was like, oh my god, what is this now? So the cafe, they called me. It's like, oh, hi, we like your CV, and then you're more than welcome to come for an interview. So I did go, and then I got there, and the guy says, oh yeah, you just like take the apron, put on the apron on, and then like, just go to the kitchen. And I was like, oh, okay. And then here I was like prepared for the interview, like saying my name in English, saying like where I live, what
uh,
I've done, you know, like little preparation I had.
Yeah.
Went there, that was the interview. Nothing really asked, just like, oh, just wash dishes and then you get the job. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna give everything I can because I need a job. So and then yes, and then I was hired, and then yeah, I stayed there for 7 years.
Oh, it was long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So I started as a kitchen porter, washing dishes, which is after that I was like helping the head chef, like
Yeah.
as they call nowadays, like sandwich designer, But I was the one. I was
That's a fancy job title.
yeah, exactly. So a little bit fancy there. So I was being a sandwich designer back then, and then I just liked the idea of um, doing what I like really, and then the team that I had was very nice to work with, and then I just kind of like was a bit comfortable in
Mm,
my space. Then, but actually, I cannot forget to mention people that helped me a lot along the way, as I said, no English whatsoever. And then there was this woman that she actually translated the menu, so I could actually be able to, you know,
yeah.
design the plates and everything.
Design.
And then, so yeah, I actually have to thank her a lot, and she was very important in that part of my life. And then, so yes, and then from there I start I work on the floor, making coffees, talk to customers, and then my English improved a lot. So
Mm,
I had, 7 years there, and then when I was already, I'd say 4 years at work in the cafe, I have a friend that she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to college," and I was like, "Oh, that's actually very interesting. I think I'm gonna go as well." So her name is Marielle Machado, and then I was like, actually, I think I'm gonna go to college as well because it's so nice to have people to look up to. So
yeah.
she's one of them. Also, her partner and husband now, Pedro, he was
Yeah.
going to college and then we worked all together.
Yeah.
Then I was like, do you know what? If can do it, I can do it. So and then yeah,
Yeah.
I applied to college, was accepted, and then 3 years in, and then I was like, okay, now it's time to go to find something that I studied for, and then
Rodrigues was good in accounting and I was a disaster. So
Oh,
yeah, I
he was
kind I
helping
kind
me a lot.
I kind of like study a little bit. Yeah, I was a bit like yeah. Um, because again we don't have anybody to do for us, so we have to do
Oh yeah.
yeah.
ourselves, right?
Hmm.
And
But
even
you
though we
didn't go to accounting.
no, I
No.
gave up because I was like, that's not for me. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like college is fine, but like the job itself, I don't think it's my cup of tea. I know
Mm,
Yeah.
people, I know some people they love it, but it's not for
mm.
me.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 years in college. Well, first year in college, I was a disaster. I was like, oh my god, that's in English, and then I have to do assignments. I have no clue, and then they were asking for like 5,000 words. I was like, what is this about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. But again, we are very humble as we are as a
Yeah.
Brazilian. I think we are.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I have to get through this because once my mom told me I can only dream for you, but you have to realize yourself. So
Yeah.
I took
Oh,
her
that's true.
words.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took her words. It's like, yeah. So I'm on my own now, so I have to, do my best. So yeah, first year and second year, our class kind of like was people left the course, so they have to
Yeah.
put together the two classes. So, and then again, I was lucky enough to be at Marielle. So I'm Marielle's flatmate. We used to live in the same house. We
Yeah.
worked together, same place. She was my
Yeah.
mentor, and then we were colleagues. Also, sorry, I forgot to mention back then when I was working in a cafe, I was also working in a pub for
Oh.
4 years. So I was working two jobs at the same time. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a
and
lot.
going to
Yeah.
school. Yeah, it was a tough and funny time back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and
And
then college, 30 year, finished college, and then I put in my first, like when we started the 30 year, I was like, okay, do you know what? I do want to get a distinction, so I studied for that. I was actually given, well, finished, well, so meeting my exams, well, my assignments like a week before the deadline, because I had in my mind I don't want to be at the first year. I was just like midnight. I was like rushing and I just sent the way
Mm.
whatever. And then I was like, okay, I have to prepare myself now to be, more organized and then send stuff before, so I have time to go
yeah.
back and forth and read. And then by doing that, I got distinction in business management at
Very
college,
nice.
which
Con-
is yeah,
Well
which is
done.
very nice. So,
And
yeah.
I
after you finish the school, the college, how did you decide in which direction to go and to find a different job?
Yeah, because I've seen people, like my friends, mostly, like getting jobs in office, and then I was told by especially one friend, she's actually on the call. She actually pushed me a lot there. She doesn't know, but like she's very important. So
Ah,
Maddie was like, "Oh, you should get a job as in office. It's gonna be good for you. I think
yeah.
you work enough money. I used to work every weekend really." And then she was like, "Oh, I think you should enjoy Monday to Friday job." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, it's okay. I like it, I like it." And it's like, "I know you like it, but
Yeah.
it's time to change. Do you think?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah," but I never really considered really until
Yeah.
one day I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna try to do what she says." And then she says, "Yeah, you should do this. I can, like, I can work on your CV." It was like I don't have any experience, like a job. Like, how do I get this? And then
Hmm.
I don't know what she does, but she know what she's doing, and she's just like, and my CV was like 3 lines, and then she just like it was like 2 pages, like, oh wow. And then she also helped my LinkedIn, and then yeah, and then there was this girl because I also play volleyball in here. So there was this girl at volleyball. She's like, oh, there is this place they're looking for people there. Do you want to go? I was like, oh yeah, I could go there. What do I need to do for the interview? And then she's like, "Oh no, just go there. Just put a smile on your face, and then there you go." I was like, "What is that? It?" And then I went to this place, and the company. Can I say the company's name here?
It's up to you. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can, because yeah,
Okay.
they're very nice about it. So I worked for
Okay.
Johnson Ireland
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah.
nice.
a month,
Hmm.
and then yeah, it was only a contract. So what I did was, because I really had a good relationship with the my manager in the cafe, I was like, "Look, I have a job offer for a month. Can I just leave and then come back after?" He's like,
Oh.
"Okay, go on then." So I did go,
They
stay
love
there for
you,
a month.
Rodrigues. You know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Rodrigue.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and then so yes, that was the when it started. So I got there, had no
Yeah.
clue whatsoever what I was gonna do. And then I suddenly find myself in front of two screens and like a computer. I was like, "Oh my god!" But what I liked about it was like I had like my little badge, and then like I could just like, "Oh, now I'm a grown up so I actually have a job in the office, even though it was like for a month. Then kind of like it gave me the taste of it. So I
Yeah.
was like, I think I want to do that now. And then again, came back to the cafe, but like my thoughts was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna stay here for long. Then yeah, so
Sim.
I started applying. Then yeah, I just got desperate. I was like, I'm just gonna apply to whatever is there. Then actually, so the Indeed was like easy apply, easy apply.
Yeah.
Got the interview, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to see what's the story there. Went there, and then I worked for BWG, where it's so they own Spar, Men's, all the shops. So I was
Yeah.
working for the warehouse as a customer
Ah,
service representative, and then where I have to be on the phone with the customers, which was the stores, and then yes, that's how I actually put my English in on the plate. I was like, oh
yeah.
yeah, now I have to actually talk to people,
Hmm.
communicate through you know English.
Yeah.
Then some accents. I was like, oh my god, what's actually
Yeah.
here? But it's actually taught me a lot because it gave me confidence. Just like, okay, I can do this. So
Yeah.
I got this job just a week before the lockdown, and
Okay.
then I was like, okay, my first job in office. I actually don't go to the office, and then I was like, I'm gonna be fired because they don't need people.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then actually they kept me there, and then because the food service was like very busy, everybody needs
Yeah.
to. And then the sales went high up, and then we were very busy through the 2 years. Then yes, then I was there. Then I decided I was like, okay, I think I want something else now. And then I was applying on LinkedIn. So I did get this job where I'm now, which is Mars, Ireland. I tell to my friends I sell happiness because I sell chocolate.
Ah, yeah. It's
So
heaven.
yeah. Also, for the pets, cat and dog. So we also sell pet food. So I do sell happiness to
And
everybody.
and then you moved from customer service to sales.
Oh, from there I get a supply. Sorry, from customer service to supply chain.
Ah, okay, okay. It's focusing supply chain.
Yeah, supply chain. Yes. Because it was like pretty much not the same thing, but like kind of like linked to. And
Hmm.
then, yeah, I am there now 3 years.
And tell
And
me these last two roles. Then you went to the real interview.
yes. Oh, yes. The first one was real interview, which it was kind of funny because I was not really prepared. Though I
Okay.
was a little bit. I did have the Mari was like, do you know what star means? I was like,
The
no.
star method.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the star
Yeah.
method. I was like, no. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's like situation, task. What's the
Action.
A?
Action result.
Yeah,
Action. Yeah.
yeah. So then I was like, oh, okay. Do they need this? But yeah, apparently we do actually, guys. If you actually ever go to an interview, please study that because it is actually
Yeah.
Yeah.
helpful.
Did you remember to face any challenges in the interviews?
Yes. Especially when they ask you, oh, tell me about yourself. We don't really know how far you can go and then how far
Yeah.
you want
Uh-huh.
to tell
You
them.
can't go too far, I can tell you now.
Exactly. I learned that as well. Because they're like, oh, they don't really want to know your whole story because you only have like an hour or two.
Yeah.
Um, you kind of like have to get organized to say, okay, I'm gonna say as
Hmm.
much as I know it's possible, but yes, I cannot give too much because you kind of like have to give a little bit of a like curiosity on their side. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wait now, if he didn't say this, but like we can ask him, we can call him for the next interview then.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like I feel it's like a kind of like at the beginning of a relationship they get to know people and then like back and forth. It's kind of like that game.
Yeah.
That's how I got feeling after the first one. Yeah, they were like, "Oh, what's your challenge?" Because they did ask, "What's the most challenge situation I encountered?"
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, "Yeah, I didn't have many really, because of course the cafe wasn't like perfect, but I was like, okay, I just gonna like tell a story that actually happened. So I did tell them, and then she was actually laughing. I was like, "Is that a good thing?" Yeah,
It was challenging for me. Why you are laughing?
yeah. I was like, "Yeah, you're not there." But like, yeah, I think more so they want to see how it actually came out of the situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So them laughing, it showed that like, oh yeah, I overcame the whole situation, which wasn't that bad. But yeah, and then the second one I prepared myself because I had three stage
Yeah.
interview. So I prepared myself a bit better because the job that I really wanted. And then, so yeah, then I was like, okay, now I have this star method. Now I know what to say. Now I have time to. I only have like 20 minutes to actually to show them that I'm capable to the role they're
Yeah.
Mhm.
offering. So yeah,
And
um,
Rodrigues, can you tell us a bit about how works your day today in supply chain, or how looks like the career in this space?
yeah, of course. So what I do now, I look after accounts where actually the previous job, the BWG, now is one of my customers, so I deal with them.
Ah,
Yeah, so it's actually very nice because we already had like the relationship.
That's
So when
good.
I got the job, and then I was like, oh, when I got the account to look after, and I was like, oh, actually, I know them. I know how to do with them. So it's um they are the only customers that called me actually on the phone. So like
Okay.
we speak on the phone. So what I do is I actually look after their orders. So they would place orders on the system. We actually would like divide the quantities, the forecast. We look at the sales numbers, and then whoever the forecast is higher, we try to divide equally, but we
Mhm.
go
yeah.
to the demand. It's very interesting also because it goes back then. For example, the raw material that we don't.
Mhm.
For example, as we all know, coconut's a big issue now because we don't have enough coconut worldwide, and then we kind of like have a product that goes coconut, and then you kind of like have to share it with everybody. Let's say Duns, Tesco, Super Value. So we kind of like see where is most profitable, and then we kind of
Mhm.
share among them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I feel very proud when I go to a store and I see a product that I actually helped put on the shelf.
Mm.
It's actually
Mhm.
Yeah.
very satisfying, I find. Um, and then yeah, it's very like dynamic. It's not never the same every day. It's just like something, for example, in a factory, and then oh, the factory it's shut down because of this issue, or the issue of peanuts, for example. It's like it's very challenging. Yes, it's very exciting because it like it's nice to see at the end of the day you did something that it's
Mhm.
just there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I really like it. And then so because I like that much, I'm actually gonna go to college again, starting
Oh.
this year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Also, breaking news there, guys. There we go. If you
Breaking
Break.
really
news,
want,
huh?
yeah. So if you really want to do something that you like, just go for it. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm studying this year level 9, which is like post graduation. So yeah, so in supply chain analytics. So yeah, a new challenge.
Mm,
Amazing.
that's
Amazing.
very
This was one of
exciting.
my questions for who is watching and wants to go for supply chain career. What do you see that is really important in terms of skills and experience to go for this kind of positions?
Okay, so I started business back then, like 4 5 years ago. I would say the main thing is be into the market, just be like searching what the role is. But I would say forecasting, trackers, Excel, it's just is a big thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because it's different company to company, but it's all the company they work as the forecasting, like the
Yeah.
prediction, does they call it? So yeah, they
Mhm.
like to
Yeah.
see, yeah, they're the prediction. So yeah, they predict like what is gonna be selling for the next year or so. I would say I'm able to tell a little bit more when I actually start the course. Yeah, I'm actually inviting myself again. but yeah, it's more so because if we realize when COVID happened, we did get stuff on the shelves somehow. So
Yeah.
we did customers like we are customers. We didn't know how the stuff got there, but well,
Mm-hmm.
people like the job that I do now, they were doing to make sure that we got the stuff that we daily products. So I think it's just fascinating the way it works. It's just it's actually a chain. So one thing needs the other to work.
Yeah.
Then
Mhm.
in the end of the day, you do have your goods, and then your shop is done. It's
Yeah.
just very
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and I think the industry it's very fast paced, so you can say that because as you said, like you have to be all the time to watching to see where you can allocate this for that company and so on. So it's very fast paced. So I heard about from some candidates as well that it's very dynamic, as you said.
Yeah,
But it's
Yeah.
nice to see that it's good for inspiration as well because we see that you have a really good experience from McDonald's because you stayed there for like 10 years and you grew a lot, you have developed a lot, and from there you went to the cafe to restart because of the English and then so on. But then you kind of restarted with like the customer support, customer service, and then you are
Yeah.
still growing. You have so much to grow,
yeah,
and you have developed a lot, but we are always developing, so it's really
yes,
nice to see. Because if I, for example, for me, if I get a CV like you, I see that you are in the industry for ages,
Long time. Yeah.
so you know how it works. So it's nice because you have developed in one industry only, and so far it's really nice to see that,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes people think that there is no relation. Oh, he was working at coffee shop or
Yeah.
he was working at McDonald's. It's
Yeah.
not related with
Mm.
you are working right now, but it's totally related because it's
Mm-hmm.
all related to customer service and they
Yeah.
also working goods, for example. Yeah, it's all related, I think.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we think, and in terms of advice, if there is someone looking for a job in this field, what advice would you give for this person in terms of what is really important to add in their CV, for example, or in terms of the interview preparation, what is really good they think about?
Well, first of all, they whoever wants to look for a job, they would have to contact you guys because you're doing an amazing job.
Oh,
Um,
thanks, Rodrigo.
yes, you are doing a great job there. I follow you guys on the social media and everything. Yes, you are doing a great job. So I would say they would have to put on their CVs their what they really want from the company and then where they want to go, and
Yeah.
the where they have to show a little bit of what their knowledge in Excel and PowerPoint. Like
Mm-hmm.
simple things. I know it sounds silly, but like it's so important to know the tools that they're there. And then if you can do like a little course outside of the daily basis, like SAP as the system that we use for the invoicing.
Mm.
So
Ah,
there's course there as well. And then it's just like just be true to yourself. Okay, where do I want to go from here? What's this
Mm-hmm.
place have to offer for me? And then at the interview, just be yourself. And then they what I can tell about my company, like they like people as like I know it sounds cliche as well. Like they don't see, oh, I'm not just a number.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But like in my company now, we actually like you are someone that they care about it, which is very nice. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very like fortunate that I do work for them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, like the final thing I would say, just be true to yourself. What makes you go to work every day? Just ask you the question.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what like what am I doing here? What like is affecting someone's life? I am affecting people's
Mm-hmm.
life because I give them sugar. But like
Yeah.
um, I it's
But you
in a
make
good
them happy. So
Yes.
yes, and their pets, like in a good way. So and then as I said previously, it makes me proud when I go to a store and then I see something that I actually helped to bring to the you know
mm,
to the shelf. Even I also look after ice cream in Ireland, and then when I
Oh,
go to shop and then I see like Mars ice cream, it's like, oh, it's actually I actually was
yeah,
the one who. Then I went to a like down the country lately, and then I saw like a gum in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, yeah, somehow I actually helped this product to be here. It's
yeah.
it's just like satisfying,
That's
really.
nice. Yeah, it's really
yeah.
nice. And
Yeah.
the, and there is a detail as well that a lot of people are looking for today in a job is Rodrigues work remotely. So
Yes, I
Ah,
do.
full
yeah,
remotely.
Yeah.
that's really
Um,
nice.
it's very nice. Yeah. As I said, this company it is great because like there's a mix of like going to the office, but like when it goes to the office, it doesn't feel like office. It's just like the vibe is so nice. People are just so
Yeah.
nice. They make you feel like very like homey. The other day, sorry, last week it was we had like spin bikes at work, so we were like doing this challenge, and it's always something up like
Ah,
there.
Mhm,
And then just like 3 days ago, I was working as a volunteer at Nick Minaj concert, also with the
nice.
company. So
Mhm,
see, like they kind of like they try to mix it up a little bit, like the office life and then like the social life, which is
mhm.
like
okay.
it's a big mix. It's very nice
Yeah,
mix. I really
Yeah.
like it.
And
nice.
Yeah.
you work full remotely, but this is a policy of the company, or you can go to the office if you want, or no?
Yes,
Your
I
role
can.
is
Yeah, like my
with.
team, it's a mix. We all over the place now. We are in Ireland, Sweden, Finland, yeah, and Denmark. So we're everywhere. And so yeah, we could just go once a week, really. And then when I have the opportunity to go to other places, we go to the office there. I went to
Yeah.
Finland a month ago, and then yeah, I went to the office there, and
Oh,
then
amazing.
yeah, it was very nice, full of ice cream for everybody.
Bring some
But
for us.
yeah, yeah, this is the good part. But if you want to work full remotely, you can as well. You don't need to go to the office.
Yes,
Oh,
no,
this is good.
yeah, but it is yeah. But I rather go, see people and then talk to people, and then most important, like networking, because I can be
Mhm.
here doing my job and like nobody would know what am I doing. And then if I go to the office, I just like corner someone at the cough area. It's like, oh hey, what's up? What are you doing? Like, what's your project you're
Yeah.
working on? What's coming up? And like for example, new products. Actually, we just launched one that mini M&Ms is like the tiny one. So
Mm.
Mm.
um yeah, it's very nice to have the insights. It's like, oh, it's like, and then I tell my friends, you don't know what's coming. It's like it's nice to have this kind of
Breaking news again. Oh.
yeah,
Breaking news.
yeah. No, no, but it's actually out there already. But yeah, it's just so nice. And then you
Yeah.
actually ask people. These company that I work now, they actually encourage you to ask people other roles. Like, oh, let's say Maddie works for a recruiter. I'm like, oh, what do you do there? And then it kind of like changes, the experience. And then
Mhm,
if
Yeah.
like let's say if one day I'm actually trying to I want to move to sales, for example. I
mhm,
would know a little bit more sales because I've talked to people in sales. It's very
mhm.
welcoming in that way. So I kind of like
Mhm.
push
Yeah.
them.
To apply
Yeah,
internally.
many people look for a full remotely jobs, but
Mhm,
this mix between go to the office sometimes and work remotely, it's really nice because
yeah.
I think it is easier for you to build a relationship when you are in the office than
Yes.
only working remotely. Because it's like that, you stop in front of the coffee machine and start talking. If you are working remotely, you don't just ping someone and start talking with the
Mhm,
Yes.
person. It's
mhm,
differently.
And people
mhm.
would not know who you really are because they would know you from like
Yeah.
here to up, and then it's like, okay, you have no like legs. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
and then when you see someone, it's like, oh, he's taller than I thought he was. It's very nice to have this contact. I think it's just yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really nice. Oh,
Like,
so Rodriguez, before we finish, so what's your next step in your career now?
ah,
Um, I know with like the companies they like to plan like 5 years ahead, like, oh, where do you want to be in 5 years?
Mm,
I actually don't know the answer. In 5 years, I don't know. But like what I know is what I can do now. So what I'm
mhm,
doing now is, going to college, get my degree, and then we take from there. I think it's good to
mhm,
plan, but
mhm,
not if you plan ahead, like a long time ahead. I don't think it's like doable because you kind of like push the pressure on yourself. Oh God,
yeah.
I have only 4 years. Oh God, I have 3 years. Oh God,
Mhm,
you can
Uh,
like put yourself a pressure. So what I like to do is, okay, I know what I'm going to do now, which is like going to college, again, give my best and then get the degree. And then from there, of course, I want to apply for roles inside where I work now because I really like
mhm.
the culture. But yeah, um,
Yes. Cool.
yeah, I think it keeps exciting, I think.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's very
amazing,
nice.
amazing.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see if anyone has any questions.
No,
Yeah.
we have just
No.
a comment saying Rodriguez is gym time and ThriveUp Careers. It's a help that we
Yeah.
can give our people. Yeah.
Samuel is asking, what is Rodrigues working with? Yeah.
What What's your job title, Rodriguez?
Yeah.
A supply chain representative for
Okay.
now, but I think it's gonna change because the company now is gonna be part of UK again. So the,
Uh,
the, the name might change a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty much the same role, but like different market. But yeah.
mhm. Cool.
Perfect. Yeah. It's that all the questions. Thank you so much, Rodrigues,
Thanks,
for
Oh no,
Rodriguez.
thank you
joining us.
guys.
You're
Please invite me
awesome.
more, and then I'll be here next year to talk about my college.
Oh
Oh,
yes. About your
next year,
promotion. About your promotion.
yeah. Next
Yes,
time
of course.
needed to be face to face. I
Yeah.
want some
Absolutely.
chocolates.
Oh yes. Okay, absolutely. Oh, there we go.
Oh no.
Guys, thank you
uh,
so much for having me. It was very nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you
yeah.
so much, Rodriguez. Thank you so much for
Thank,
your inspiration that you brought us.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have any more questions, Carol, or
yeah,
that's
there
it.
is one more. Wait a
Okay.
second. Sabrina is asking if there are many differences in supply chain depending on the marketing. For example, food, medicines, or no, it's pretty the same.
Okay. Hi, Sabrina. Thanks for the question. So, yes, there's a lot because, it's very, like, I would say medicine is a bit like different of food,
Mm,
though they are very needed in a way. But like, I would say the way it's produced, like from the raw material to get to the customer, it's a bit different. But like the supply chain itself, it's would be the same. I don't like to say anything wrong here, but like it would be so much involved from the raw material to get to the packaging material, and then
mm,
it can be it's a different way of manipulation both ways. Like chocolate will be the one, medicine will be, even because they have the legislations and everything. So I'd say the medicine will be a bit like challenging in a way.
Yeah.
Yes, food as well because it's like edible. Yeah, I think of both of them. The supply chain itself, it's a chain, but like I'd say every product would have a different like legislation
mhm.
Yeah.
whatsoever.
It depends of the industry. Yeah,
Yeah, but like it
definitely.
like the whole is like under supply chain umbrella. They are all the same. They need the logistics, they need the raw material, they need the buyer. Yeah, it's a bit like of a mix. I hope I answered your question, Sabrina. But if you have any questions, please, shoot them out.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much, Rodriguez,
Thank
for
you,
answering
guys.
our
Thank
Thanks,
questions.
you. Nice to
Rodriguez.
see you. Bye,
Oh,
bye.
Thank
yeah.
you
Have
so
a good
much.
evening, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Just
bye.
I just wanted to say it's still live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So we will have another professional next week on Tuesday. And just please don't forget to, set an alarm for you on YouTube and Instagram to watch the next live. Thanks, Rodriguez.
Amazing.
Thank you. Bye,
Okay,
bye.
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye.